What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction, which I'm into something. We're going on a journey. Sanna, Vaara, get over, show her all the love in the world. This is my most personal video. The whole story of why I live a simple life, why I moved to the north of Finland, and what I was doing before. Listen, I got nothing but love and respect for everybody that gets away. Anybody that just says, you know what, my mental state, my mental health is still declining. I can't do this anymore. I like when people get back to nature. It helps a lot of times getting out, moving away from the chaos, moving away from all of the damn everything, all of the distractions, and really taking time to focus on yourself and on the world around you. Like, I don't know. We've seen it do tremendous things for a lot of people. I'm assuming it's going to be kind of magical, the north of Finland. Let's jump in, check it out together, see what we got. Go show Sanna the love. Shout out to David, by the way, for the request. I appreciate it. Videos like this, they make me want to get away too.
Hello, my name is Sanna Vaara. I live in the far north of Finland on an old farmhouse in a small countryside village of 25 people.
25 people! 25! We ain't even got into the triple digits. 25 people. It would be amazing. It really would.
I create photographs, videos and music inspired by this wild Nordic nature I get to live surrounded with. In this video, I will share you my story of how I chose to live this simple life in the north of Finland. This is a rather personal story, and I do feel a bit scared sharing this with you. But I hope so much some of you might resonate, even recognize yourselves in my story and find peace, inspiration or courage to fulfill a life that looks like you and not a life that you are expected to have. I was living in a city in southern Finland and was studying my dream career in the university. I loved the studying and did great in that, but I didn't quite fit in the life in the city. The city environment and the working places felt too much for me. I felt extremely overwhelmed in very normal situations.
Look, I totally get that. I was in Afghanistan for 6.5 years. And coming back home and going from that kind of lifestyle to back to the busy craziness that is a city was chaotic. And I felt exactly like that. The way that everything was distorted. I was constantly in a state of like borderline anxiety attack. It's just sometimes there's too much going on. Sometimes the rat race and the hustle and bustle is not for everybody, and it can be overwhelming. Sheer amounts of people themselves can be overwhelming. I get needing to escape, and I respect her being vulnerable enough to share it with the rest of us, because there's a lot of people out there that I think probably feel about the same way right now. The world is kind of chaotic.
I started to feel unwell and get pain in the chest and the heart. The doctors said it was depression and anxiety and handed me with some pills to get over it. I tried to get into nature as often as I could, since I felt that only in there I felt the pain go away, but this was mostly on weekends. The weeks were the toughest to bear, and short periods in nature didn't balance the stress out. During this time, I traveled a lot. Basically, I spent all the money I was earning to travel far away. Traveling was my getaway from everything, from the work, from the city life, probably from my confused, lost myself too. I felt I was searching for something. I thought at the time it was experiences, new cultures and new people. I thought I would find something the further I went. I was running away from myself and from the fact that this life was not for me and no amount of traveling could satisfy me. I was trying to fit myself into a shape I thought I was expected from me. A great-looking life in the city, working in a good job and traveling as a hobby. Trying to fit myself into a life that was not for me made me physically sick. I struggled in this life for years and just kept feeling worse. Eventually, I had a spontaneous idea to leave my job, my family and friends, and move alone to a small cabin to far north of Finland in Lapland, to a place I had never been before. This happened in the whim of the moment, and my friends and family couldn't quite figure why I was doing this.
Some people
I
will
couldn't
never
figure it
understand.
myself either, but went for it. It happened so fast, I didn't quite even realize it until I was alone in the north. I quickly learned that things in the north are tough. No more easy city apartment life with center heating and plowed sidewalks. No more supermarkets in every corner and handymen you can give a call to fix everything. Everyday life got harder. I didn't know anyone in the whole north of Finland and had always been quite bad at meeting new people or asking for help. I had to learn a lot of things fast and mostly by myself. In the north, the summers are very short. Most of the year it is snowy and very dark. In the heart of the winter, the sun doesn't rise at all, making winter seem like an endless night. I didn't expect I would fall in love with the hard conditions. I started to forget the anxiety while working physically, maintaining the cabin, plowing snow and spending endless hours adventuring outside in nature that was now everywhere around me.
It makes you want to escape. Look, it's absolutely picturesque scenery. Sure, would it be hard? Winters would be hard. But you always find a way to make things work. You can see beauty everywhere. And when you're surrounded by just nature, you're really gonna see it everywhere. It's hard sometimes to even think about nature when you're in the busy hustle bustle of the city. This is, I don't know, it's a magical trip. Makes me want to go on walkabout. I need to get out and just do something. Break free from this damn city.
I also didn't expect that I would get something bigger in exchange for that hardness. I found a total new side of me. All my life I had been told I was shy and timid and way too dramatic with my feelings. Spending a lot of time alone, I realized I am just highly sensitive. And suddenly the world made so much sense again. Situations, especially in city and work life, that felt normal to everyone else had felt overwhelming to me because I felt them so differently. I saw, heard, and sensed everything at the same time, and life in the city was just too much for me and eventually made me sick. In the vast nature of North, I found my creativity. Something I had when I was a child, but thought it was a thing that belonged only to childhood. Without anyone around to give me advice, judge, or disapprove my ideas, I found a total freedom to express myself. I started to write about nature around me and my life in it in a blog I started. I started to photograph everything I thought was beautiful around me, eventually having photography exhibitions and starting my own web shop to sell prints of my photos. I started to film these videos. Being a quiet person, always struggling to be heard in the noisy world, I had found my voice and a channel that I was heard in, and I could get my creativity thrive.
Listen, I do know that there are a lot of people out there that feel like that. And I know that when you go see a doctor, tell you just need some pills, you're not crazy. I think everybody that finds that kind of life, this crazy, chaotic life, normal, are just, they're so used to it that it becomes normal. It doesn't have to be your normal. The world is beautiful and it's huge, and there's tons of places that you could go and fit right in. That's why I say, if anybody ever has that feeling like, man, I would be better off somewhere else, or you go and you visit someplace that you're just like, this is where I need to be, it might be worth it to make a jump. It might be worth it for your sanity. It's absolutely, like, she got me choked up a few times. It's nice to see that the change has happened for her. Like, I really do truly appreciate this video, because so many people, I hope it does inspire you. I hope it makes you say, you know what, maybe I need to try something new. Especially if you're one of the people out there, oh, now your anxiety and depression, and maybe it's just not normal to work as much as people work, to be around those big cities and all of the pollution and all of there's so many downsides to it. Sometimes people just need to escape.
I also found out I am not shy or timid. In the North, I found friends that became so close that eventually we started to call ourselves the Lapland family. We share the same interests and same values, and had found something in the vast nature of the North. In here, we have to overcome the same challenges, the same hard conditions, and that brings us together.
I've never been to a place where my eyelashes have froze in my life.
I also found my soulmate, my best friend, the love of my life, from here, in the middle of nowhere, where more reindeers live than actual human beings. With him, I started to feel myself again, with all my dramatic emotions, overwhelming feelings, and weirdness. I didn't know until I met him that there could be another soul liking this Nordic nature and its harsh Arctic conditions as much as I do.
Nature helps us feel alive.
With him, we bought the house of my and his dreams and are getting married next summer. With him, we share a mutual understanding to a simpler life and can finally live like we want to. I have felt rootless my entire life. I now realize, with all the traveling and trying to fit in, that I was searching for my roots, a place and a life to belong to. But what I didn't realize is that roots are alive and you can grow them. I thought my roots belonged to a place I was born into, a life that was similar to others. I am forever grateful I had the momentary courage to choose to take my roots with me to a new place and start to grow them here, to clean the space for them, since they need a simple ground to thrive in. I have found my way back to the simplest things, back to nature and back to my creativity. I do not want to give you a false impression. I still need to work. I still need to do laundry, go to the grocery store, and put myself in situations that feel overwhelming and too much for me. I still get anxious and stressed at times. But now, I have so much space and silence around me that they are in balance together. I understand that I need all the space and time for my physical and mental health so that I can function in this world. I can work less now. I get less money, but here in the middle of nowhere, I have less things to consume it in. In exchange, I get more time.
Time is so valuable.
I have time to feel all my dramatic feelings, to go through the overwhelming situations in peace. I have nature around that helps me to feel rooted and stable in all situations. I have the right people around me who know me, all sides of me, and help me with my struggles, because none of us can make it alone.
Look at this. Jesus Christ. Like a slice of snowy heaven.
I chose this simple life in the north to heal myself, to find myself, and to feel like myself again. None of it happened overnight, and most of it didn't happen consciously. I know the phrase to listen to yourself is overused, but it may be so for a good reason. I don't think spontaneous ideas, dreams and thoughts come from a void, but from some wise voice inside of us that is trying to tell us what we actually need to thrive. That voice might be worth listening to. This is my story of why I chose this simple life. This may not be the story of your life. But I really hope this gives you ideas and inspiration to listen to that voice of your wise inner self that could lead you to the beginning of your story.
This was a very important video. That's what I would say. It was extremely important. Some people just need to see that, hey, you don't need all of the stuff that's pushed on you. Living in a normal place, normal, with big quotes around normal. We got so much thing. We're such a consumer society. We think we need everything new, everything. And that's just like the way of life. Oh, something new's coming out. I gotta get that. Let me spend my money on this or that. It's a bunch of waste. And you lose time. And time flies by so fast. And you do. Honestly, you get sick. Stress can do all kinds of physical things to your body. And with anxiety and depression comes a lot of stress. So if you're out there and you're feeling like anything that she just described, maybe you should listen to that inner voice. Maybe you should find some inspiration in it. Maybe you should go try to find somewhere else where your roots could grow. There's something about time that I can't even explain when you have all of the time in the world to yourself and you decide when you work, when you eat, and when you nap, and when you do everything. Like, it's a whole different life. Thailand, every hour of every single day was mine for 8 years. I had nothing but time, and time slowed down, and it was a slower way of life. There wasn't as much hustle and bustle. Like, everything that I wanted to do, I could go do, and that is worth $1 million or more easy. This kind of thing, I don't know, it gives me heartbroken because now I'm stuck back at home. Not to say that I don't like being here with family and things, but city life is certainly this type of city life, this type of get up and go to work at 9 a.m. and come back. I miss having all my time to myself. I really, really, truly enjoyed every bit of this video. Get over, show Sanna, Vaara all the love in the world. Obviously, super, super creative, and you should be following her. Links inside the description. Hit the like button if you liked it. The dislike button, but it won't believe you. Tell the next one about the Combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe. I love you to the moon and back. Peace.